It's vile. It's stifling one's creativity, meaning artists that do all these games, they are ruining entertainment for individuals. They are basically, they're killing games. And they're doing it on purpose, I would think.
Let's see how today's brave competitors are faring.
So
We'll
when it
start with
came
our first
to
pair. Don't let Regina's small stature fool you. She's as tough as they come.
shut up.
As for our second pair,
Shut up. When it came to like Hogwarts Legacy, Mortal Kombat, which I now understand why they did Mortal Kombat the way they did. I don't like the direction of Mortal Kombat at this point because Sweet Baby Inc. is under the Warner Brothers umbrella, I should say. Mortarfest is also under that umbrella, and so is Assassin's Creed.
You'd think we were down in the hole.
That would include all Ubisoft games because they are under Ubisoft. Xbox in general, they are holding the Xbox brand under their website as well. Let's see, Santa Monica Studios, which is why I claimed, when I said Kratos seemed weak, he seemed different, he seemed like he was in a shell. It's like Kratos wasn't Kratos anymore. He felt like he wasn't the God of War he was meant to be. He was dumbed down. He's not the God Slayer we know. He's not the hero that everybody used to love and enjoy. So yeah. Let me pull up. I don't want that one. So, oh yeah, Borderlands. They are under the 2K umbrella as well.
Oh boy.
Meaning, Borderlands, WWE, NBA 2K, if they are doing, well, basically, yeah, NBA, Borderlands, Sid Meier, WWE, Golf Club, Mafia, which is 1, 2, and 3, Carnival Games, Sid Meier, I'm looking at a list right here, Borderlands 1, 2, 3, and Tiny Tina's Wonderland, Lego 2K Drive, Marvel Midnight Suns, The Quarry, already mentioned Tiny Tina's Wonderland, Tiny Tina's Assault on Dragon's Keep, let's see, I already mentioned NBA, XCOM, BioShock, meaning the whole entirety of the BioShock franchise, Metro, Evolve 1 and 2 and 3, Tales from Borderlands, NHL 2K, okay. So yeah, NHL as well. turd birds. That's probably mobile, but yeah, iPhone. They're under the iPhone and console and PC. Spec Ops. Duke Nukem Forever, which was before 2016, so that game is fine. Duke Nukem Forever is good. Duke Nukem is also good. Duke Nukem 20th Anniversary is also good. Dora's Cooking, Dora the Explorer, Go Diego. So yeah, I mean, Sweet Baby Inc. has their hands pretty much in everything. Alright, so if I go to the main Sweet Baby main website, they do writing, narrative, representation, and development. Now, here's the thing that I was reading. New and marginalized talent can change the industry if given the proper support. Meaning, they want to change the industry. They want to change games. They want to marginalize, as far as games and change how they were like in the past, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Alan Wake 2 was also under Sweet Baby Inc. Sable, Battle Shapers, Spider-Man 2, God of War Ragnarok. Electronic Arts is also part of Sweet Baby Inc. As of I think last week or something like that, Square Enix should be crossed off that list. They got rid of Sweet Baby Inc. when they did this game. But yeah, True Love, I don't know which company that is, but Warner Brothers, Polytron, 2K, Ubisoft, Rocksteady, Co-op, People on Fly, Remedy, Glitch, Wizards of the Coast. Which means Dungeons and Dragons. Thank God that when they did Baldur's Gate 3, there was no sign of Sweet Baby Inc. when that came out.
Yeah.
We also have Valve, which is Steam. Projects. Some of them I've already mentioned. Suicide Squad. The Crew Mortarfest. South Midnight. They worked on full game development on also a few games, like Lost Your Marbles. Proofreading and additional writing for the Crew Mortarfest. Story Consolation, Spider-Man 2. Suicide Squad, script writing, banter, old scenes, or cutscenes, and Bark's audio logs? What the? I don't even know what that is. Bark's audio logs? But yeah. God of War. Narrative and character constellation with a focus on representation. I knew there was something off about Kratos.
I agree. I knew something.
The moment I started playing Ragnarok, I knew something was off. And now I know why. I did not get Alan Wake 2, even though I enjoyed Part 1, so now I know why. They worked on character arc, voices, and sensitivity reading.
Oh, fucking hell.
Creativity is a Second Amendment right for all those who want to be creative. And that goes for any company. If a game is made a certain way, unless you're proofreading it for dialogue or whatever, okay, proofreading, fine. But if you make a game a certain way, that's how the game should be. Sweet Baby Inc. is dipping their hands in the proverbial cookie jar to change everything when it comes to games. This is why I said Grand Theft Auto 6 is not going to be the way it was. Because they are under 2K, which is also Take-Two Interactive, which is also under Gearbox and everything else. Ubisoft. Dare I get into dear old Ubisoft. The Assassin's Creed. From, I don't know which one in particular, 2016, that would have been...
That would be either Unity or Syndicate? Let me double check. I got a feeling it's either Syndicate or Unity, but I could be wrong.
Assassin's Creed movie was made in 2016, but that yeah, don't care.
That was based on a completely different
Yeah.
character entirely.
So I am looking this up. Brotherhood. Looks like.
The Ezio Collection, Chronicles.
No, that's 2010. They weren't part of Sweet Baby Inc. at that time.
I'm looking at the ones that said 2016.
Which one is it?
Assassin's Creed Chronicles. Russia.
What about the Russia?
Yeah.
What
That's
about
one of
the
those
Ezio collection?
Yep, says the same. Ezio Collection 2016.
Alright, so with the Ezio collection on up, Sweet Baby Inc. had their fingers in it. Because Sweet Baby Inc. was founded in 2016.
I did notice that when I was playing the Chronicles, it felt a little off.
However, and this is the only reason I myself will be playing Saints Row again. From what I understand, from what I read, they were bought by Embracer. They did not go to Gearbox. Embracer bought them. But there's another silver lining to this issue. THQ, from what I understand, owns them. There may be hope for Saints Row yet. But THQ is going to have to make a very big Saints Row game.
And big changes to it.
And I guess this is somewhat of a message to THQ. Do not change a thing when you made 2 and 3. Do not change a thing. please, for the love of God, and do not get or have Sweet Baby Inc. get involved. Make the game how you envision the game to be made.
Don't envision it by someone else.
Don't envision it by someone else. Envision it on how you want to portray this game to the gamers. This is why, and this is to Square Enix, I am praising you humbly, both hands clasped together, and I am bowing to you.
That's fine.
Thank God you got rid of Sweet Baby Inc. before this game got released. Creativity to the artist's form, and I am an artist myself, should not be stifled and should not be censored. Create the games how you envision them to be. Do not have somebody digging their proverbial tentacles in the cookie jar. That also brings me to the next thing, which is a theory on why games are $70. Because all these companies who are getting into these game companies by either monetizing them, editing them, this is why the extra money is coming in. And I guess this would be a message to every single game company out there. Have your editors at the company work on the game. Games should not be $70 at this point. You have editors at your own company for a reason. Do not outsource because that is costing you more money.
If they keep it up, the company's just gonna crash and burn.
As the old saying goes, you go woke, you go broke. Look at Volition. After they did that whole reboot with Saints Row, they went under. And this was weeks after I told them off on Discord. I don't know how many people left after that whole debacle. After, I told them, I said, I'm sorry, but I'm sticking to my roots. But I don't think what you're doing to the game franchise is fair. And what you're doing, at pushing this agenda onto people is fair to everyone else. I said, it's like, I get it, you want to be creative, but don't push an agenda. Games are for entertainment, not to push a, agenda onto people. Whether you are pushing pronouns, whether you are pushing political agendas such as, like, candidacy, or if you're doing this, that, and the other. I mean, if it's in a fantasy world and you need to do a story around it, whatever, that's in a fantasy world. That's different. But when you bring real life issues into the game because you want to push an agenda, that's where it becomes a problem.
Because obviously no one fucking wants real life just to hear that shite being forced upon them.
Yeah, no one wants to hear it. And no one wants to see it. They play a video game to be entertained. And I'm actually been watching a lot of videos and stuff like that where artists are now speaking up. Even people of the, I wouldn't say, well, they're not even qualifying themselves as the alphabet soup community because they are speaking up about it too. So, like, people, that are gay or lesbian or whatever, they are speaking up about it too, and they are also sick of it because it's pushing a bad limelight on them. And I'm also thinking that people that are supporting these groups are the culprits. So, like, if you're talking like individuals that are supporting, such as, the rainbow flag community, which you don't deserve that flag, by the way, because that was destined for the people in 1960s and 70s when that war was started. So you don't deserve that rainbow color. But that's just my opinion. Anyways, but yeah, Sweet Baby Inc. All these companies that are dipping their hands in the proverbial cookie jar, changing Mortal Kombat 1, changing Kratos, changing what's going to be going on GTA 6, changing or trying to change what was going on in Square Enix with Final Fantasy, Electronic Arts, Sims 4, oh, Need for Speed. I have one finger raised. Guess which one it is, EA? Guess which finger that is. Warner Brothers. Mortal Kombat. A game that I have loved since its dawn when it was being made, when Boone and Tobias made MK1, the original one, Mortal Kombat, and went on up until 11. But ever since Tobias left, I kind of knew something was off, but I couldn't put my finger on it until now. Warner Brothers and MK, Midway Games, Sweet Baby Inc. has their fingers and tentacles in that game as well. Which is why the whole debacle about how Mortal Kombat 1 is a pile of trash. And I will say that on any freaking rooftop. When you got Katana and Liu Kang in different timelines, but yet in the same case, they are also lovers, how does that freaking work? Someone down in the comments, tell me, how does that work with the alternate universes? Sure, they kept Shao Kahn the way he was supposed to. Sure, they kept Shang Tsung the way he was supposed to be. Scorpion? Sub-Zero? What? Who was the nut job that wrote that one in? And then you have supposedly Noob Saibot coming into the picture, who is also Sub-Zero?
Hell no.
This is why I said Mortal Kombat 1 is a flim-flam show. Liu Kang fucked up the timeline so fucking bad. He's done. He's done. 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 Hi, Dodo. But yeah, Sweet Baby Inc. I got 3 words for you. 4 words, maybe. Go fuck yourself. Do not stifle creativity when it comes to artists and their games. Do not rewrite anything when it comes to their games. Do not, or I should say, get your tentacle out of that cookie jar because it doesn't belong to you. I am glad, and I've already said this earlier, I am glad they got rid of Sweet Baby Inc. when Final Fantasy VII Rebirth was dropping. This is why Tifa is back the way she was. The way she was supposed to be. Now, from what I understand, Final Fantasy Remake, they were doing some censorship because Tifa was underage. Yes, I know, us in the West over here, in America do frown on that because she's underage and they're showing cleavage. But, Tifa, Final Fantasy VII, the original, there's no censorship when it came to that game. If you're going to do Final Fantasy VII, any title that is related to Final Fantasy VII, keep it true to form. That is your creative right as a creator, as a dev, as an artist, so on and so forth. If you want to change it, that is your right to, because you are the creator, you are the artist, and you are the dev. But when it came to Sweet Baby Inc., and I saw everything that was going on, all the videos that was going on, I was quite disgusted. They ruined Assassin's Creed. They will ruin Grand Theft Auto. They've already ruined Borderlands. NBA 2K is already ruined. NHL 2K is already ruined. And anything under the 2K, which is Take-Two Interactive brand, is done, is broke. Because Sweet Baby wanted to put their tentacles in it. Santa Monica Studio, you have a chance to change this. If Kratos is going to Egypt, you have a chance to change this.
Get me back to the way he was and not being...
Get him back to the way he was as a god-killing, ruthless, brutal Kratos that we all loved and enjoyed. Stop putting all your edits and everything else that you want to do with coding and everything else on Sweet Baby Inc. Do the game how you envisioned it. Not by how some other company wants to regulate you because of how you want to do your creative freedoms with games. Xbox Game Studios, meaning pretty much everything under the umbrella is touched by Sweet Baby Inc. That goes entirely up to Starfield and everything else. That will probably include Indiana Jones. And, well, obviously we already know 2K, Ubisoft, and everything else. It's still under their umbrella. I guess the only thing I would have to say to Warner Brothers is...
You fucked up.
Yeah, you really fucked up. I will wait to see what happens with this game. Who you bring in as far as new DLC characters. But at the same time, I can sort of see the other flip side of the coin too. Maybe they did this on purpose. And the reason is that if you end up breaking Deadly Alliance and you use a Game Shark with it, and I've done this, and you end up twisting the code for Monster, who is aka Scorpion, you can get his ending, and at the end of his ending, when you beat the whole game with Monster, you end up getting Scorpion's alternative ending. Scorpion's alternative ending is when he sacrifices his whole clan and his family. Therefore, with him sacrificing his clan and family, he became an elder god. Supposedly, from what I've also been reading online, he turned it down. No, he did not turn it down. He did become an elder god, and he set things right. If that is the case, and I'm saying if, they end up going that route, which they do have that option to go that route with the alternative ending by using Game Shark codes, you can find the alternative ending. And I have the original game sitting here, not some freaking dub bull crap. Scorpion will end up probably killing Liu Kang. Because Liu Kang fucked up. And when you are dealing with Japanese titles, such as like with dealing with ninjas and stuff like that, that would be a potential threat. So Scorpion possibly killing Liu Kang. Whether Scorpion is a god or not, we won't know until the next game. Scorpion setting things right, and Mortal Kombat going back to the way it was. That's if Boone ends up, you know what, we'll shove Baby Ink to the side because Mortal Kombat 1 is not doing very well. And it's not doing very well right now. So, Warner Brothers, as far as that, when it comes to Mortal Kombat, it can change. It can change. Hogwarts Legacy, it was a phenomenal game. I'm not gonna bash it. It was really good. I enjoyed playing it. And it was a big surprise for a single player game. Big surprise. Um, but yeah, Saints Row has a chance, and a fighting chance at least, because of THQ Nordic. Will I play the reboot again? Probably not. Will I play a new Saints Row title? If it has a THQ logo, yes. If it has an Embracer logo, maybe. I would have to see it. That would be depending. Gearbox, I'm glad they got bought out before Gearbox snagged them up because they are under the 2K umbrella, as well as Take-Two Interactive, which is Borderlands, Grand Theft Auto, and a whole bunch of other sports games, including WWE. So yes, I do have a problem with Sweet Baby Inc., and I do have a problem with them putting their tentacle in the cookie jar when it comes to certain games and stifling creativity from people who want to express their art the way they want to express it with the fan base behind them and the fans behind them. So yes, I would suggest for those who actually want to purchase games, please do your homework. Don't just blindly buy a game and be like, oh, this is going to be good. We need to take a step back. Everybody needs to take a step back and be like, all right, who's developing this game? Who's writing this game? Who's coding this game? Don't go in blind and be like, oh, this game's going to be freaking good, because it doesn't end up good. Right now, as we speak, Ubisoft's Mortarfest is like at $30. And that's weeks upon its release. It's not going well. And they're pushing the price down so people will buy it. Do not fall into the trap. It is a live service game, and with much like live service games, you don't own what you buy. Every microtransaction is a waste in a bucket. Sure, it may cost like $3, $5, but that's $3 or $5 that you could use on a game that actually is like single player that you can keep. Unlike a live service game, once the servers goes under, you don't own anything anymore. You are dust in the wind to them, and all you are is a number. This is why I don't usually buy into live service games. I only got The Crew 2 because a lot of other people played it and they enjoyed it, and I played with them. That was about it. Would I get Mortarfest? Hell no. I am, however, going to be doing a lot of research when it comes to Solar Crown, though, because from what I'm looking at, it's also it says single player, but it also says live as well. So there's going to be a lot of homework when it comes to that. Let's see. Alright, screen may go blue for a minute, but wait, no, it's only going to be... Test drive Soul Crown, single player live service. Alright, so from what I'm reading here, Test Drive Ultimate Solar Crown is essentially an MMO, the always online driving and racing game where everything and everyone is always connected. Online open world racing games. So now, I won't be buying into Solar Crown even though Solar Crown looks really good. I'm sorry, I cannot divulge myself into a live service game where microtransactions are the forefront of everything that they do. Especially if the servers go down and you don't own everything that you just bought. I can't. And especially nowadays, people need to learn to save money instead of freaking spend, 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 spend. Spend on something that's more important, like food or shelter or games that if something in a game that is single player strikes your fancy even more than what a live service game would, buy into that. I mean, it's like when I talked about Fortnite. Yes, it is a live service game, but when you get the offline play, when you buy it for like I think it's $8.99 or whatever for Fortnite, you keep all your stuff. You keep it all. At least one company, Epic Games, is doing something right by putting an offline mode so that way you can keep everything that you bought. This is why I somewhat have a problem with Black Desert. And I love Black Desert. I've been playing it ever since it was, brought out. But I do have a problem where it does not offer an offline play, so that way whatever you accumulate, you get to keep. Yes, I know it's a big MMO, whatever, but come on. There has to be an offline aspect or a sub game that delivers your characters to be transferred over to an offline place so that way you keep everything that you have. And you can't tell me, Abyss, that you can't do it because other games are doing it. They're adding offline gameplay. This is why I didn't have a problem with the first crew, because it was offline. But ever since Crew 2 and Crew Motorfest, that was tossed right out the freaking window. And this is why I've always stated that because they weren't under the Sweet Baby Inc. umbrella. Now Steam under the whole thing, but I might do one step even better. Um, going to make a petition. Let me see. Change.org. And then there's also move on. I might have to do some research, but I am actually going to make a petition to remove Sweet Baby Inc. from any video game whatsoever. Whether people sign it, whether or not, that's all entire up to them. But yeah, when it comes to Sweet Baby Inc. and them stifling creativity from artists, from game companies who want to entertain people, but the people are not being entertained because Sweet Baby Inc., things need to change. That's why games feel bland. They seem boring. People don't want to play games because they lose interest so quickly. And a lot of people who play games, yes, I have it as well, so I will say it, ADHD complex. But yeah, I guess that would be my little rant. Take it for however you want, but it's the video for the day. Woohoo! But I wanted to inform everybody what's going on, and I mean, there's a whole slew of videos out there on YouTube about Sweet Baby. Do your research. If you can't trust and take my word for it, do your research because they're going to tell you the same exact thing that I just told you, and they were doing it before me. So, but I just added more fuel to the fire because of what I found as far as everything that's going on. They are changing everything, and they do not care. And they will do what they want by proverbially sticking their tentacle in the cookie jar, and that's why we are paying the $70 price tag for each freaking game because they are outsourcing to editing videos. And the companies I already told you about are the ones who are in that list, and there'll probably be more in the future, but we will see. And that'll also depend on how much this Sweet Baby Inc. detected on Steam gets, and if I write a petition, how much notoriety that will get as well. But yeah, it needs to be eradicated. It needs to be erased. This is not Nazi Germany, and this is not USSR. Here in America, we have our creative freedom, and it will not be stifled. Whether you be an artist, whether you be a dev, whether you be a writer, I don't care. Games need to be made for what they are, and that is for entertainment. Not some bland poke around, agenda abusing, pokey dokey rodeo. Yeah, I'm out of here. Take it or leave it, however you want. But just like I said, there's other videos. So I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace. Take care. And for the love of God, artists, stand up for what you believe in. Don't cower. Be a wolf, not a sheep.